What's going on, all you wild horror fanatics out there? Your two favorite critics are back tonight, and we've got a good one for you tonight. A good review, that is, not necessarily a great movie, but a movie that's tailored around obviously, the Valentine's Day holiday. It hit cinemas a few weeks back. We finally had a chance to watch it, starring Devon Sawa. It's called Hard Eyes.
Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes
That's right, you wild mass assailants. Your two favorite uncles are back here talking about Hard Eyes, of course, a Valentine's Day slasher film slash rom-com film. Much in the same vein of all the other slasher flicks, more importantly, like Scream movies, which also brings over Mason Gooding from Scream, the newer Scream movies, into this film. It basically takes place around Valentine's Day. The mass killer kills couples on Valentine's Day each year, going to different cities. And then this movie shows up in Seattle, where we're introduced to the two main characters here. With Allie and Jay, they work together essentially, and then he's going to leave. And of course, they spark conversation, end up kissing, and the killer's after them.
Yeah, that's when sparks should fly between the two leads here. It just felt too cliche and cheesy for me from the get-go. The forced relationship here, the meet cute and all that. I don't know. I guess that's what they were going for, the kind of vibe here. But to me, it was just too cliche. And I felt like I'd seen this movie several other times before, several horror movie times before, with a different mask here and the Valentine's Day holiday. Things felt very familiar from the get-go, very predictable, plot here with the killer going after couples and all that. So your two main characters here, Jay and Allie, where they don't get along at first. They kind of, try to make her ex jealous one time, so they kiss, and then, of course, eventually sparks do fly between them, and they end up falling for each other. And then, of course, Hard Eyes is going to come after them. The reveal too of the killers here, not very believable. Just how everything shook out here. Not much of a plot to talk about. It really is, people falling in love and the Hard Eyes killer just looking for them wherever they are. There's some scenes. What was it, like a drive-in theater with Hard Eyes? That was a big scene here. What I did like is the actual design of the mask. I thought it looked pretty cool, for what it is. That really sold me on going in and watching this movie to begin with. And then the only thing I really knew about it was Devon Sawa is in it. So one thing I was predicting, that Devon Sawa would be the killer. They pretty much shut the door on that right away. So I'm glad it wasn't that predictable, but it still was.
Definitely predictable in many ways, and a lot of people underutilized. Devon Sawa, Jordana Brewster, of course, coming from, The Faculty and Final Destination, bringing them in to a slasher movie. I thought it was interesting, but underutilized. I would have loved to see more of them. But yeah, I would have to agree with you too. I thought the mask was really fantastic. I like how the eyes, the hearts light up in the mask. You could see, showing up in the background. You can see the eyes. I thought it was cool, and a lot of inventive kills. I will say that practical effects were really incredible. Kill scenes, the gore, very unique. I think it was probably one of the few great parts of the movie was the killer and the kill scenes. All the rest of the cast bland. You didn't really care for them. Didn't really have much chemistry between Allie and Jay. Allie played by Olivia Holt, and of course Mason Gooding. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling their relationship. It felt very forced, and didn't really work for me. And the rest of the supporting cast was pretty forgettable too. I wish we got more time with, like I said, Devin and Jordana Brewster. Didn't really have a great time with this. It just felt like a ripoff of other slasher movies, Scream, and didn't really bring anything original to this movie, and forgettable, and I forgot most of it already. So that being said, I'm going to give Hard Eyes, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Devon Sawa hair pieces.
I was really disappointed in this. I had heard some good things about it going into the theater and then watching it, just leaving the theater pretty disappointed. The relationship was bland. There wasn't any chemistry there, like you mentioned. The killer did have some cool kills. There's a couple that I remember from that. So at least it had that going for it. Cool mask, inventive kills, Just everything else didn't work very well for me at all. There wasn't very much memorable things that happened between any of the characters. Not much to talk about here, sadly. The setting of Seattle, I guess that was pretty cool, but underutilized again. It just needed more from the main cast. You need more there than just a cool looking killer. And, the reveal was lame too, I thought. So overall, a disappointment for me, but not a total waste of time. I mean, it's fine. I watched it once. A few things that I'll remember from it, the cool mask and the cool kills. But other than that, pretty forgettable. And you've already seen this movie about 30 times. So with that being said, I too am going to give Hard Eyes. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 Jordana Brewster hair pieces. Hobbs and Shaw. That's what the detective's name were.
Yeah, just threw that in there for no reason at all.
Right.
Hobbs and
Pretty
Shaw, the
random.
cops. Yeah. And I like Seattle. It's actually New Zealand where they filmed it, but like that's not in Seattle.
Of
Oh
course
man.
not.
We want to hear from all you wild horror fans out there. What did you like about Hard Eyes? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. Also check out these wild masked assailants on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website cinephellas.com for latest greatest TV movie news and reviews.
We love horror all year long, and there's going to be some more horror movies coming out to review. We can't wait to be back for more. What's our next one coming up? Let's take a look here. Find out what our next horror movie is going to be because we always love doing those, especially. We got The Last of Us season 2. I'd put that in the horror category.
Definitely.
Movie wise, Until Dawn, the video game adaptation.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I want to check that out.
For sure. So we'll be back. Yeah, in April, there's going to be a few horror series and movies coming out, and then we have some more all summer long, it looks like. So that's good. A lot to look forward to for the rest of 2025. This one, unfortunately, wasn't as good as the others this year, but I'm sure we'll get back on track here in the horror category. It's been a pretty good couple of years for horror, a lot of memorable horror movies from the past couple of years. So hopefully that continues on and we will be back here to review it all. So until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Sawa.
And I'm Logan Myers signing out till the next movie review. Cheers!